So this is 3:55 in the afternoon. It's not even 4 p.m. yet.
Yeah.
All right? And he comes on the show, and he's queerly annihilated. Have you seen this yet, Chris?
No.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Here we are, everybody. How are you? Welcome.
Hold on a second. Listen to how he said everybody. Just listen to that.
Here we are, everybody.
Here we are, everybody.
He needs to buy some consonants.
Those are free, Chad.
How are
It's
you?
3:45, so as you can
Welcome.
imagine, I'm pretty inebriated.
Yeah.
This is just insane.
To misery, or Mudshark loves misery. Here we are. We're doing it. We're feeling good. Things are happening. People are
I'm
pissed
your
off.
host,
They're
Kevin
angry.
Brennan.
They're
I'm
pissed off.
Chad Z.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't even know what show he's on. He's telling me that things are happening, but I don't know what's happening here. All right, we're gonna get through a little bit of this. Here we go.
Here we are, everybody. How are you? Welcome to misery, or Mudshark loves misery. Here we are.
Misery.
We're doing it. We're feeling good. Things are happening. People are pissed off. They're angry. They're pissed off. They're pointing fingers. They're mad. They're doing shows, but we're doing it. We're having fun. We're having a good time. My name is Chad Zumach. How are you? The Mudshark.
Show off.
Mudshark loves misery. How are you?
How are you?
Welcome. We are on 2.
He doesn't know how to start the show. I said my name is Carl. How are you? Why is no one answering me? How are you doing? What am I talking to a screen?
You think Chad is picturing people around the country saying, "We're good, Chad," and you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably thinks he can hear people yelling from nearby as they're watching his show.
YouTube pages. We're doing it. How are you, Flat Cat Jessica?
That's not a hard username.
No.
There are some usernames that I get tripped up on.
Yeah.
Flat Cat Jessica is not one of them.
Yeah, there's no numbers or anything.
Right.
It's easy.
Pretty straightforward.
He's so drunk, he's
say-
not worried about his neighbor yelling at him.
Yeah, right.
I listen. So obviously, I listen to a lot of Richard Ojeda, and he does this as well. And I've seen
Yeah.
a bunch of podcasts do it, where they do like roll call, and they're like, "Hey, Flat Cat Jessica is here." Who is that for?
Oh,
Like,
dude.
is there any listener that's like, "Oh, I was wondering who else was in the chat today"?
Don't even get me started because Cardiff does that shit, and I think he does it as like a joke, considering John would always do it, but it's not funny.
That's fine. Yeah.
No, it's not. If it goes on for 7.5 minutes, it's wasting everyone's fucking time.
But if Cardiff's trolling people by doing it, then that makes it fun. These people are, I feel like Chad's doing it like to be inclusive to the audience or something. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think Opie has always done it too. To like feels he needs to acknowledge people
Right.
for them to watch them. So he'll be like, the first one in the Facebook is. You're like, who cares?
Yeah, they think it's like having your name read on television in
Right.
1968 or something. But it's like, no, I typed my name in. It's not weird to me that you read it.
They think that you had a birthday on the Bozo Show or something. Like, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
People are making their predictions right now. They're like, what's going on with the Z-Man? Is he cool? Is he mad? Is he angry? Is he drunk? Bring it. I don't care.
First off,
Yeah. And the answer is all of that.
wasn't like the first 3 of those things emotions?
Yeah. All the same thing.
Am I angry? Am I in a good mood? Am I drunk? What? People are making
Am I
their
drunk? Am I a
predictions.
liar? Am I a thief?
Am I awake?
At all at this point. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy who doesn't care at all. Doesn't give a fuck. Especially because he says it about 20 more times during this live show. So you know.
Yes.
You guys are sheep.
Okay. He's already lost me here. We're a minute in, and he's calling out the people who are watching him. Like, these are your fans, Chad. Theoretically, you guys are sheep. What's he talking
That's
about?
how. Go watch Blind Mike Project, folks. That's how I start every episode. Where I'm like, well, you showed up again, huh?
Yeah,
Hey, look at
suckers.
these
I knew you'd
cocksuckers.
be back.
At this point, What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I at? I don't know. We'll see.
Who's he, David Byrne?
We're doing what we're doing.
Is that the right name?
There's no people are like sending me messages. They're like, oh my God, there's a hierarchy. There's a where's his arc at? Where's he going?
It's in my narrative.
Does he know what hierarchy means?
He doesn't.
Are we in act 3 of the hierarchy? Are we in act 2? It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, that, like a Seinfeld bit where he's like, hierarchy, where's the arc? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Wherever. Who cares?
I'm on Noah's hierarchy.
What about lowerarchy?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Thank you for having me in your life. I appreciate it.
What?
This is not real life, people. I know people like, oh my, you're so invested in what we're doing. And
This is like Billy Goes to the Dentist or whatever that video was. It's like, is this real life? That's how wasted Chad is. Like, he's not sure. So this is my take on it. I haven't heard anyone else say this, but I'm going to throw it out there. This is not just drunk. There's probably alcohol involved here. This is pills. Now, I could be wrong. I'm speculating. This is based on what I'm observing and how I've seen other people act, because he's so slow with his thinking, his motor skills. And I get it. Obviously, alcohol can do that to you, but at 4 p.m,
Yeah, he would have had to start 5 hours ago.
right. And I think, and Kevin, I think even said that it's vodka, just drinking straight vodka, but I don't think that's the case. This is what happens to people who take pills because it creeps up on you. You'll be fine. You'll be like, all right, I'm going to start my live stream. Feeling good. Going to talk about how I don't care. Everything's going great. And then like, blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're just like fucking out of it. You're like talking in slow motion. This is a guy who I think is mixing pills and alcohol. That's my take.
It's interesting that you took it that way, because when I watched it and he said none of this is real, I was like, am I in purgatory? Where am I? What is this?
Yeah, I mean, if he's talking about the simulation, then yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe he's onto something.
we're angry. We're mad. This is not real life. It's not. We're fucking around.
That is so hopeful. This isn't real life, right? No, Chad. This actually is your real life.
Yeah.
For real. This is your life.
The crazy thing is I'm not even humiliating myself right now.
He's going to hypnotize us.
Yeah.
I'm the funniest guy you've ever seen. I'm a hilarious comic.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
I appreciate that I'm on
That should be a
two
drop, by the way.
monetized
What, I'm having fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Duly noted.
YouTube channels. I appreciate that.
Hold on. What did he just
But
say?
we're having fun. I appreciate that I'm on 2 monetized YouTube channels. I appreciate that. But I don't care if you think anything else. I really don't. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
I believe you that you're on 2 monetized YouTube channels. The problem is there's 500 people who will ever see this, and most of them are through other shows.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple questions. First of all, 2 monetized YouTube channels. So I listened to this.
Yeah.
What is the benefit of that? Because to me, it seems like you're just cutting each channel in half.
Well, I think it's because he lost his first channel with the strikes that Kevin gave him. So he's
Right,
excited to have that
why
back.
broadcast at the same time on both of them?
That's a good question. That
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
seem
what
like
I'm
a smart strategy, right? That'd be like
And
if I was a
also-
company and I had 3 different website URLs and I went to different websites.
It's more than one.
Yeah, look at the websites I have. I'm killing it over here. They just need the one.
No, it's not that actually. Because if it were YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook or something, then I'd be
Right.
like, okay, he's casting a wide net. He's getting different audiences. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm on YouTube and YouTube.
I don't even care which YouTube you're watching, man.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you haven't seen this video, you're like, oh, obviously Carl took a lot of this out of context because some big fight has been started that he's addressing. No, Chad
right.
walked in and is like, hey, it's a great day, and fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's a good point. There is no context. I don't know what's going on where he's like, people are speculating. Am I angry? Am I pissed? Am I annoyed? Am I in a bad mood? Why are you saying these things?
Anyways, here we are. We're doing it. We're about to watch
Are we?
the show. Have fun with it.
Which one?
Blah blah blah. Let me X out of this.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Oh boy.
This is fun.
Oh. Beef.
What's he doing?
Unlike Ray DeVito. Here we go.
The Mudshark in his natural habitat.
That's how they communicate with each
sending
other.
here- Oh my
a mating
God. You
call
guys
from
are
the
fucking
Mudshark.
great. I love it. It's too funny. All of it's too funny to me.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's all brilliant.
Oh my God, you know what I just realized? Holy shit. How did I not think about this sooner? So, you know, because he just moved his head. You saw the poster in the background where he painted the black eye on himself.
Yeah.
And I was like, what an idiot. He did the wrong eye. It's because he's looking in the fucking mirror all the time. So he's so fucking stupid. Wow. I just realized how stupid this guy is. Holy
Well,
shit.
if it isn't Dak Cummaz.
All right, we're having fun. Things are happening. Where do we start? I don't know. Either way, I have this going on. That's fine, right?
That's right. He's got new merchandise and he spelled it wrong. It's Zumak Mania instead of Zumakamania because he's going with the wrestling. Because it's Hulkamania. Whatever. Should be Zumak Maniac. That's what it should be.
Everyone's coming after me. That's fine. Keep coming. It's fine. Everyone that's coming after me, I don't care. I can give a fuck. Whoa!
What's he reacting to? There's nothing on the screen. Oh, $5. Love you, Chad. Okay. Maybe that's what he's freaking out about.
Hey, you know a guy who is in a
Channel.
perfect, you know a guy is in a perfect state mentally when he's in a room alone arguing with his demons.
Yeah.
There's fucking nothing wrong with me.
Could you imagine, Mike? Imagine. So he deleted this. Thankfully, somebody preserved it for us. But imagine going back and watching this. I would immediately seek help.
Yeah.
This
Literally,
is like,
well,
this is so bad.
We did a live show in the early days of the Kirk Minahan show, and I was a guy who thought I could drink on podcasts and be fine, and I did, and made a fool of myself, and was horribly embarrassed. And I haven't drank on a podcast since because I was so embarrassed by the experience. I didn't, and I kind of thank God for that, because otherwise I see that I could have gotten to 50 years old and been arguing with myself in a chat room.
Yeah, I had a similar thing with weed and playing a rock show and not knowing what key the song was in and playing it completely wrong. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. This was humiliating, and I'll never do that. And Chad just went through this a month ago, where he humiliated himself by being wasted on his stream.
But that was an experiment.
All right, we'll get Florentine comments on
And the
this.
results were positive, Chris.
Right. This time I thought I'd take 2 Vicodin.
Oh man.
Channel 55, $5. I love you, Chad. I haven't. Am I saying the right thing?
Did he
Am
call
I
that
saying the
Channel
right thing?
55?
What an idiot.
He cannot read.
Channel 555. Oh,
It's
I'm getting
Gianelli.
messages on Facebook right now.
Gianelli 55.
If you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube. Thank you for listening, watching, and all that. Great. Thank you. Hit subscribe. That's
Maybe you
great.
should read those messages. People are telling you you're humiliating yourself.
Yeah.
Chad's drunk as fuck. I don't care. I don't. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. My thing is like I don't like you guys are invested in this.
All right, if he doesn't care and none of this matters, then why is he doing it in the first place? What's even the point of this? Is he contractually obligated to do this or something?
Right. There's no good answer.
There's no good answer for that.
If it's a hobby, dude,
Right.
this all ends with us saying get some help.
Yes.
No, this is going to be like Joaquin Phoenix on Letterman. We're going to learn that the documentary is about us.
Right.
You're sending me messages like I'm like I don't care. Don't
going back to the wrestling analogy, because a lot of people say that, Chad's a big wrestling fan and this is all like a work. And there was a guy, Scott Hall, I was a big fan of his, Razor Ramon. But when he was Scott Hall in WCW, they had the storyline going where he was wasted. And he'd come down to the ring and he'd be stumbling around. And like at one point, he like puked or something. But the irony is that he actually was a raging alcoholic in real life. And he ended up dying from it. So it's one of those things where, this is all work. But actually, no, but Chad actually does like to get this drunk every day. So it's, you know what I mean?
This isn't his day off.
Don't give a fuck. I really don't. Ian Hawk has so much money to spend. Are you going to mod Gina, right? All the mods are gone. The mods are gone.
Okay, so this is another funny thing that's going on. Chad started letting people be his moderator, like Gina Bobina, I think Ian Hawk, I don't know. But then I guess, and this is what I heard, I don't know, I guess they were blocking people who were donating money who were actually fans of Chad. So Chad just trusts these people to help mod his chat room, and then they're just fucking him over and getting rid of people who are actually paying him money.
I assume mod was code for friends and family when he was like, the mods are gone.
Mada and Fada.
Yeah. The support group is gone.
Yeah.
I've got rid of mods and
You're
hope.
a moderator. You're gone. Existed.
What?
Gone existed. You're done.
God existed. Okay, now
You're
I get it.
Cunt nuggets.
I don't care what anyone says. Willie knows he's a member. Mod free. Woo! I'm loving the chat right now. You guys are great. There's no moderators. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Say whatever you want.
Wow.
He's really expressing his freedom
He
here.
doesn't seem to be loving the chat so
Chad,
much.
if you're drunk,
I'm
admit
glad
it.
Chad is finally
We'll
taking the
donate-
governor
donate
off the
more.
internet, and we can say what we want now.
All right.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm loving the chat. You can say whatever you want. And then all of a sudden his face went very dour. And he was just like, what the fuck?
All right, not whatever you want.
Yeah, not mean stuff.
Have some decorum.
So there's Gonzo, who would have been on our show today. I gave him a link, but he says, Chad, if you're drunk, admit it, and we'll donate more.
All right. Fair enough. Whatever you want. It's the internet. Who cares? I'm on 2 YouTube channels right now.
You know, I want to point this out, too, because it's very easy to say, like, the internet's not real life. And in a lot of ways, I agree with that. But what he's doing is live streaming with video from his apartment. Mm-hmm. All of that is real life.
Yeah.
It's like saying you're watching a news broadcast. Well, that's on TV. That's not real. It's like, well, no, there actually is a war. That's actually video footage of a war that's happening in Europe right now. Right. You can't just say, well, it's TV. You know, who gives a shit? Like, no, I get Star Wars isn't real. But this, what I'm watching right here is real. This is real life.
Maybe I'm fixated on the wrong thing here, but he keeps bragging about this 2 YouTube channels. We need to get on 3 YouTube channels to beat this motherfucker.
I know. It's so insane that that's his thing. I don't get it.
I'm broadcasting on my old backup and my main. So if you think I'm drunk, if you don't think I'm drunk, that's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm doing stuff differently.
Yeah, wrong.
Do whatever you want.
That's
I
not
don't
different.
care.
Think
Shout out
differently.
to Thomas. He's a member. If you're over on the old YouTube channel, come over to the new one. That's what I'm doing. There's a reason why 272 people are watching this.
Yeah, because you're humiliating yourself. That's why.
He's the Steve Jobs of podcasting.
Because they want to see what's happening next. And that's what I'm doing. I will be in Columbus, Georgia tomorrow. I'm traveling.
Oh, no.
I won't be broadcasting. And then on Saturday, I'll be in Destin. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Should have written this down.
Fort Walton, Florida, right next to Destin.
These don't
in the
feel like real
Panhandle.
places.
I've never ever heard a comic talk about Columbus, Georgia, or Destin, or
Is there a
anything?
name of a club, or is he just passing through?
I'm going to Columbus. Don't get too excited, Ohio.
Yeah, right. I'll be at the truck stop for 2 minutes.
At the block. How are you? Good to see you. Life is good. I'm having fun. You guys are angry. You guys are like, what the fuck is going on? You're mad. I'm having fun.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Yeah.
This is not bad. This is fun, right?
Who are you asking?
It's Shed, you want our help now, someone writes.
All right, this guy's an asshole. Either way, whatever.
I think he just blocked someone. Didn't he say you can write whatever you want?
Yeah.
And then the ghost of Mr. P and Chad's stepdad for $2. Chad, you want our help now? You're an asshole. He's literally offering help.
Chad's like a guy on an uncomfortable date right now. He's like, "You're having fun, right? This is fun.
You're right.
Fun is what we're having."
You probably want to know what's going to happen next, right? Yeah, this is fun.
All right, this guy's an asshole. Either way, whatever. I don't care.
All right, good.
Here we are. We're doing it. Once Kevin's show starting. Sign up to the Patreon. The old show from tomorrow is on.
For more of this.
It's up. It's happening. It's
The
cooking.
old show from tomorrow.
Oh my God. He's friends with Tommy.
There's a real Tarantino timeline here.
I know.
That old show.
I never thought this
the
guy
future.
would invent time travel. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Show starting. Sign up to the Patreon. The old show from tomorrow is on. It's up. It's happening. It's cooking.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
By the way, this is his new show from yesterday, in case anyone was wondering.
It's the opposite.
I love all this. This is great. Bring it on. No moderators, by the way. There's no moderators, so say whatever you want.
Just don't be mean,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
because I will get my feelings hurt.
Nobody cares. Your anonymous name, everything about you is not working. It's not. Ooh, this guy's getting blocked because he's saying bad words.
Oh.
Come on, Chad. You can't say there's no moderator. You can do whatever you want. And then go, this guy's getting blocked.
Say whatever you want, except for that.
And this and that one. Holy shit, that's the funniest thing he's ever said.
So,
Without further ado,
here we go.
Yeah, let's go.
We are having it.
Mudshark Army. Oh, that's where it ends. All right, let's watch Kevin's reaction. Because, I mean, people were talking about it in the chat at MLC that day, but Kevin didn't see it until the next day. And now Kevin's going to react to having seen it.
How drunk?
How drunk? What? Yeah, I watched that yesterday. That was really. It's like you couldn't teach a guy to be that big of an imbecile. And I know I'm going to get sued for saying this. I'm lawyered up, as they say. But watching that motherfucker, he acting like his Wi-Fi was bad or his power went out. Thank you, whoever. I think Salta Lance put up the YouTube thing, and it's from when he went on. He's bragging about both his channels are monetized.
I think they were both up at the same time too.
He goes, they're both monetized, and they're both. He goes, I'm streaming live on both channels, and they're both monetized. And then you could tell he was drinking vodka because he was sipping out of like a water canteen, whatever the fuck they call it, a little water bottle, and he was taking little sips. And when you drink water, you don't take little baby sips. You take like a regular sip, but you tell he was like taking little vodka sips. But the fact that he was like bragging about, his chat, there was no moderators in his chat. Everyone go for it. And then all of a sudden he's clearly drunk. He kept saying, this is not real life. I don't care. People are saying that I'm drunk. I don't care. So he's clearly drunk. I'm not a fucking cop, but he was drunk. And then he blames it on the Wi-Fi and the power's out. And then this morning, I guess he realized he didn't make any super chats yesterday. So then he tried to do a live stream, I guess, from his car where he's driving to an imaginary gig. And that didn't work out either. He's like, holy, that lasted like 10 seconds. I put that up on my Twitter. They're both up on my Twitter.
Okay. So what you heard there is that Chad, 25 minutes after he ended that stream, tweeted out that both his power and his Wi-Fi went down. Which I don't know if he knows anything about Wi-Fi, but if your power goes out, your Wi-Fi will also go down. So you could just stop at power. That would have been enough for me to be like, oh, okay, that's why you can't stream anymore because of that. But there's more to that tweet. This is the tweet that he put out, and he has since deleted it. So you can find this tweet from someone that I follow called Chad's Deleted Tweets at OilCanLoser. And so Chad tweeted out, Wi-Fi and electricity are out right now. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Subscribe. I'll jump once it's restored. Now, this Kool-Aid thing is what's bizarre. We all just witnessed how wasted you were, how you couldn't even talk, and you're screaming, I don't care. Right, but what he's trying to say, I think what he's trying to say here is that, like, there's a narrative that I'm putting out there, and Kevin Brennan and all these people, and these people are sheep or just drinking the Kool-Aid who believe it's like, no, we're just watching you fail miserably in life. That's why we think that. Chad,
also, maybe ask yourself, like, if my Wi-Fi went out, no one would question it. Maybe ask yourself why you're in a position in life where people are like, you're fucking lying, Chad.
Well, okay. So this is Kevin addressing that tweet.
So I guess he passes out because he only did, I guess, like whatever time we started, he only did like 2 minutes. And then at 4:24, he tweeted that keep drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't even know who he's talking about. He's the only one drinking anything. Is he when he says Kool-Aid, he's talking about Tito's? I don't even know what the fuck's going on. So when he's sounding like, yeah, listen, keep drinking a Kool-Aid. Yeah, I was drunk, right? I would never drink during the day, but then he didn't do it. He didn't do anything, and now his tweets are private. I didn't do a show until this morning, but keep drinking the Kool-Aid, everybody. Yeah, I was drunk. The Wi-Fi went out because the power went out. And then everyone's sending me these charts of like there were no power outages in the greater Tampa area yesterday.
One person or something like that, but it was him. No, but like
one person. What are the odds? The one building that was out was Chad's.
So this is hysterical because Chad's so bad at lying. He always picks things that can be disproven, like going to the hospital. And all. So check this out. This is what somebody did some research on. So, Pirate Task Force on Twitter. 387,000 people living in Tampa, only one reported power outage for the entire day. The lengths this guy goes to, and he actually has the graphic right there that shows the power outage information. Nowhere near where Chad lives, by the way, I'll point out. So, it's just fucking hysterical. He just keeps tripping over himself.
Well, he doesn't care, and the internet isn't real, so no repercussions.
The other tweet that he put out, which is menacing, is shout out to friendlyfirearmspcb.com for selling me my first handgun. I'm looking forward to shooting shootersworld.com. # God bless. See you soon.
Yeah, it's good that someone saw that video and was like, this guy should be armed.
What is this thing now where he's pretending that he could actually legally own a handgun? I know Florida's different. There's no fucking way in hell this convict is going and buying a handgun. It doesn't have any money for one either, so that doesn't make any fucking sense. And then I guess somebody was saying that because of how firearm sales work, you can look up and see who's made purchases at stores. I guess that's public record. So somebody was like, I checked and no one named Chad Zubak bought a gun at the store. Maybe you picked the wrong store. Maybe it's a different store you went to, Chad. It's like, Jesus Christ, with these lies. What are you doing? It's all so fucking bizarre to me.
It's weird. And then, you know what's weird to me, too, is that, like, I've kind of wanted to talk about this because I've seen on like, Reddit and Twitter and everything, these back and forth where like, oh, you know what made me notice it is that I pulled a clip from that Patrick Melton show. Because the last time I heard of Patrick Melton, him and Chad were like buddies.
Right.
And then he did like a couple of hours on how much he hates Chad now. What I can't stand about these guys is like, they think they're Howard Stern. Like Chad always talks about how, I'm creating drama. It's like, yeah, but Howard wasn't like one day buddies with Imus and like, no, we're doing a show together. And then the next day, like, I hate you. It's like they just change shit every day for the sake of podcast drama or something. It's very annoying, frankly.
Yeah, it's in fact, Anthony had Jim Florentine on, and they were talking about that specifically because Opie and Anthony had their beefs with Howard Stern and other radio guys. And yes, it can evolve over time. Like if you guys have a common enemy, then you might team up with another show or something like that. I mean, similar to how MLC and I are now cool. And I was being bashed on there for over a year. And now, I go on there and everything. So this is Jim Florentine. Finally, because this is the thing that everyone goes to. It's just like, well, Jim likes him. Jim thinks Chad is cool.
Uh-oh.
So this happens. Chad's wasted on his show. And Jim's a guest on Anthony's show. And Anthony goes, oh, you're not going to like this one. I have to play this video. So we're going to get Florentine's take here.
But I don't think he's letting people know he's drunk. I think he thinks he's covering very well. And I don't think he is, though. I think he's very drunk here. And, it's funny because he's drunk. But he's not really putting anything out there except being drunk, which is funny. So again,
so he never. Yeah, I don't. Look, he could be. Who knows with Chad? He's devious.
I know.
He could be like, listen, man. People, let me put this out there and watch everybody comment on it because now they're talking to me. Now I'll come back and they're going to watch what I'm going to say to it.
Right.
So I mean, it could be that.
It could be. It could be, but
or he could just say, "Hey, because I know he did one. I guess he said he put a Twitter poll up,
right?
And he's like, should I do it drunk? And he did one drunk, and he said it was a mess or whatever like that. So
yeah, I think he passed out on that one.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
see, that's funny. I mean, I'll give him that.
Right.
But
it was funny when Artie Lang did it years ago on the Howard Stern show. He's stealing his bits.
Just a little more.
All right. So you just heard Jim Florentine. He's like, maybe he's acting. Maybe this is all part of this grand scheme that Chad is up to, humiliating himself because he knows he'll get more eyeballs watching him with his amazing act that he has. I'm like, really, Jim? Do you think that's even in the realm of possibilities?
Well, here's my assumption about like Florentine, because I know Chad loves that defense. Is like, well, Jim Florentine likes me and he's a nice guy.
Yep.
But it's like, my assumption is, because I've had friends like this over the years, where it's like, you can kind of see the way what they do to other people and things, but you're like, I have a good relationship with the guy. I have no reason to trash him, but I see he is kind of a scumbag. So I assume Jim looks at Chad like, hey, he seems like kind of a bag of shit. I have no reason to disown him, really, but like I get what he is,
So, Mike, that's a perfect segue once again. We really have some chemistry, you and I. Some chemistry going on. Because at the end of this, Jim explains their friendship. And why, like, Jim has to explain why he's friendly with Chad Zumock. And he's like, listen, Chad opens for me whenever I'm performing in Florida, which isn't even very often. I don't even see the guy that much. But I thought this was a pretty funny explanation. Very similar to what you're saying.
Should be happy for him.
People always like, why would you even hang out with that guy or talk? Look, I don't hang out with him because he lives in Florida. I live here. But I've always been attracted to people not attracted in a gay sense.
Not in that way.
Not in the Bud Light sense.
Right.
But just that, like, people with problems. Why do you think me and Jim Norton started together?
Well, of course, yes.
Rich Voss I got attracted to. You know what I mean? Like, I love guys like that. There's another guy, Zool, that used to it was a comic that we'd he goes, I just had a newborn baby, and he shit his pants, and he'd have a diaper, and him and his wife would make up chocolate pudding the night before. He goes, look, he just shit his pants. You want me to eat it? And then he would freaking start eating it out of the smash it on his face and walk off stage. I like guys like that. Another guy, Wayne O'Drano, used to puke at the end of his act. Just freaking puke into a box and walk off stage. I like guys like
closer.
that. It is a good closer.
Yeah. People will remember it.
So I don't know. I got a guy that still, to this day, if someone passes out at a party, he'll stick his finger in his ass all the way in there and give him crack finger. He puts it under his nose like a smelling.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, and it's fucking, the whole room reeks.
Wow,
it's like he didn't even.
bad.
It's like he didn't even wipe his ass. It smells that bad. And then if someone doesn't wake up, he'll rub it on their gums.
Oh my god!
So I love that the explanation by Jim Florentine of why he likes Chad. He's just like, I have even shittier friends than this guy. I have friends who do ridiculous, horrific things that are antisocial in every single way. So, of course, I like Chad.
Yeah.
And I can already tell you, Chad's going to cling to the Jim Norton, Rich Voss angle of that comparison.
Yeah.
But what I will be thinking of is that the list dropped rapidly to a guy that eats his own shit or whatever he was describing.
Yeah, the prop comics that he was
Zool.
describing. Yeah. Like this guy that pukes on stage. It's, and I like Chad, too. It's so bizarre. So the other thing we were going to talk about is the fact that Chad has been sending out messages to people who haven't been renewing their Patreon. And I know
this is what I talked about.
You covered this on the Blind Mike Project, and Patrick Melton was reading it. But what's crazy about this is that Chad's like sending out emails to these people and saying, hey, listen, man, if you can come back and support, I got a lot of great shows coming up. We got a lot of things in the works. You're gonna love it. And he brings up in that email that Tim Dillon makes $225,000 a month on Patreon.
Crazy.
Why does he keep bringing that up? That has nothing to do with you, Chad. It's like, I don't know. This is the mentality of losers. They go, that guy's a comic. He makes a fortune. I'm a comic. I make nothing. How is this possible?
Yeah, I have slightly fewer listeners than Joe Rogan, but I've never thought anyone should stop listening to Joe to help me catch up to him.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any fucking sense. All right, so I'll read
also
to you.
Also that you owe him that for some reason. It's not just that, like, oh, Tim Dillon has more subscribers, help me catch him. It's more like, hey, you kind of owe this to me because, like, I'm doing it myself. Tim Dillon has all this money and I don't, so, like, you should kind of feel bad for leaving.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't understand the connection of those two things.
Right.
It'd be like if you were the janitor and you complain to your supervisor, you're like, do you know how much money the CEO makes? Way more than I make. They're like, well, yeah, I mean, there's a reason for that. So we're at the same company. What do you mean?
Right.
How am I not making the same amount of money?
Well, people don't, I mean, that's the thing that Chad doesn't understand is people don't like type in patreon.com and spin a wheel and whatever Patreon they land on, they have to subscribe to. And Tim Dillon like worked hard, built up an audience. He's a funny guy and got all those subscribers.
Yeah,
it wasn't an accident.
You're right. It's almost like he thinks about it like it's a charity or something.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy has all the money he needs. Stop giving money to him. It's like, no, I subscribe to Tim Dillon because I want to hear his bonus content. That's why I do that. I enjoy his bonus shows.
Tim Dillon, do you ever get drunk on your Patreon and pass out? Because that's what I'm subscribing to.
That's what I want to see. I want to see a guy who doesn't know the name of his show when he starts off his podcast. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so Gonzo, he says, below are a few talking points for hashtag Chad Nation in case it matters. So this is what he would have said if he had come on, our buddy Gonzo Shitcock. Chad's a performer getting shit-faced before it's lunchtime and live streaming. The great Cumia country hoax emailing his Patreons after they quit. It's all amazing theater, and he has created a world of entertainment for the masses. Now,
okay, so the defense is it's funny to watch.
Right, so him humiliating himself is enjoyable. I agree. I'm loving it.
So we're all on the same side so
we're
far.
all on the same page with that. The idea, though, that whatever happened that got him to get a black eye and then make up that story, the idea that he did that for the benefit of Kevin and Bob and Mizrael's company is a bold-faced lie. He's not that calculated.
But even if he is,
or
even
charitable,
if he is, even if he is, like we said about Bobby Lee, it's like, oh yeah, no, you can tell a lie and it could make good drama and good theater and it could be interesting and it could be a storyline that lasts a while that we all want to follow. But then once we realize you're a liar, it's not interesting anymore because the next time we're going to be like, oh, this is like the black eye story. It's just bullshit.
Well, right, because he had a bike accident not too long ago and he was in the hospital and he was sending out messages on Patreon from the hospital and I couldn't find a single person who believed that to be true. And he says he bought a handgun. There's no photo of the handgun. He just tags some companies in there. It's like no one believes anything he's saying anymore. So it's a huge waste of time on his part. For me, it's entertaining because I can't believe someone's such a fucking pathological asshole that this is all they do is just fucking make up lies and think things are going to turn around for them.
Yeah, and you notice the hospital thing and the gun thing. Those aren't getting the same clicks, the same views, the same attention as the black eye story because it came after that. We all know what he's doing.
Was the black eye real life? Because that was down the internet. Did he even have a black eye? Was that makeup? Were they doing makeup on him?
It wasn't. Don't you know? It's radio. He was in radio. Don't you understand?
Yeah, he understands radio. All right. Number 2, Chad's not really a drunk. He just likes getting drunk. All right. Well, I'm with you on that too.
Okay.
Number 3, Chad has good hair. I disagree with that. He mostly wears
Can't
ball
weigh in
caps.
on that one.
All right. I think he's thinking of producer Chris when he says that. I think. Number 4, you can tell he's already running out of things. But number 3 is he has good hair. Yeah. He's like, how are you on behalf of Chad? And by the
Number 4 is just Florida. There's no explanation.
Yeah, right.
He drinks Tito's, not Absolute.
Have you seen his skin complexion? It's not bad for a guy his age. Number 4, Chad makes every show instantly better when he's on or discussed. I don't know about that.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true either. I mean, discussed maybe can make an argument for that, but Chad being on a show ruined my show twice.
Yeah, and he's not. And I don't even agree with disgust because he's not such an interesting character that anyone talking about him would be interesting.
Right, it's not
You know what I
Centering
mean?
John.
Like-
Right, Centering John, literally, if you play a clip of him on your show is now better than it was
Yes,
before.
that I agree with. Yeah,
Right. And then he says, number 5, when Chad lies, he does so with intent and purpose. He is efficient with his lies. And I 100% disagree with that, sir, because if that were the case, then he's bad at that. He's bad at lying, but he's also bad at making up things to lie about. It doesn't help. It's not helping him. Like Mike said, it's not helping him anymore. Getting in a bike accident didn't get him any sympathy. It didn't increase his Patreon. So I'm not going along with that. But he goes, okay, I ran out of things, but you get the gist.
Yeah, so I hate to call out the great Gonzo shitcock.
Right.
It seems like he's really more on our side than anything else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he understands that it's a spectacle and he enjoys the spectacle of it. And I do too, to some degree. It's wearing a little thin. But no, I get it. All right.
Yeah, but if that's what being a fan of Chad's is, then yeah, I'm a fan.
Well, okay, that's a good point. Right. Because even the people who enjoy his stuff want him to actively ruin his life. They're rooting for him to continue ruining his life.
Well, it's on brand, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Podcast.